So we recently moved back to Germany for another fun-filled hockey season, and like usual, every year I feel like we have been in a different apartment. So every year, the first week or so, I'm just cleaning and hanging pictures, rearranging furniture, trying to get this place to feel like home. And I know I probably go a little overboard, but it's the interior designer in me. I just have to make every place we live in feel like home and look great. So one of the hardest parts every year has been hanging stuff in the walls. And I don't know why it took me so long to finally realize that a regular drill just isn't gonna do it. The walls here in Germany, I feel, well, every place we've lived, they've been masonry walls or concrete walls, so they're super hard to drill into unless you have the right tools. And so this year I finally Googled, how do you drill into a concrete wall? What's gonna be the easiest way? And it came back with a bunch of different videos and information on hammer drills. And then I was looking up how expensive they were, and it was just too much for me that I was to spend if I was only going to use it a couple of times, which is probably how many times I would use it, since I can't do the same projects and activities here that I can back home. So luckily, another one of the guys on the team had one that he let me borrow, and he never used it either, so neither of us were really sure how to use this big tool. So I Googled some videos. There wasn't a whole lot, but now I realize that there wasn't a whole lot because it was actually so easy to use. So this is the Bosch hammer drill. It has two different speed settings, 1 and 2. It's always on 1 if you're drilling into concrete. I'm not exactly sure why. It's just what the directions say, so that's what I do. It has 3 different settings on it here. So you can drill into wood or drywall with the very first setting. The second setting is the one I needed for the hammer drill. And if you're going to use the hammer drill part, you have to make sure you have the correct kind of bit. This is a masonry bit, and it allows the bit to go back and forth, because there's also the hammer in here that's going back and forth. And I'm not exactly sure why, but it just works that way, and it makes it the easiest way to drill into the concrete. There's also the third setting, which is for chiseling, but I don't have any tile to remove, so I can't really show you how to use that part. I thought that it was going to be super hard. I was pretty nervous to use it at first. It's pretty heavy. It's 7 pounds, but having the 2 handles make it pretty easy to drill it. I also thought that it would be really hard to handle, because, you know, I saw that there was the hammer that goes back and forth. I just thought maybe I would be all around the place, but it wasn't like that at all. It was super easy. And once my daughter wakes up from her nap, I'm gonna go upstairs and hang the rest of the photos that I have to hang today, and I'll give you a little how to use this beast. So we're upstairs and my daughter is awake, so I've got about 10 minutes before she starts crying and wants to join my party. So I already got the marks on the wall mapped out where I want to drill. And I've got my drill here, number 2 setting, the hammer setting, and the number 1 speed. So now we're ready to go. Pretty easy. You do want to lean into it because it is kind of hard to get in there, but